Welcome back, troops. As promised, this is the second half of Frosty Day. I've got too much footage in the pipeline. I didn't want to cram it all into one, so I didn't want to lose any of it either or cut any out. So if you're subscribed to the channel and got notifications, then you'll know this is out. If not, why not head over to the channel and subscribe? It doesn't cost anything, and hopefully you'll see me catch a few more fish. Afternoon, troops. Another afternoon, another drain. I got to 11:30, 12. Hadn't had a touch, so packed up in the car, 6 or 7 miles up to the drain. I was at one of the drains I was at this morning. Oh, obviously, glorious sunshine. What ice was there has gone now. It's a nice little ripple on the surface as well, which wasn't there this morning. What a palaver. Packing up in my other swim, and I was trying to be a bit lively, and I think I pulled a hamstring or torn a ligament or torn a muscle or something. As I was coming up the bank, it's quite steep, I felt something snap in the back of my calf, so in a fair bit of pain when I walk around, so I won't be moving. I'm going to be a lazy bugger now. It don't hurt, only when I move about too lively, so especially if I put too much pressure on it. So I'm going to be stuck here in one swim for the rest of the day. I don't mind that. It's it's a nice little breeze. Water's coloured. Don't know how deep it is. So because I've got here and I want to get rods out quickly, it's only a 2. I'll go for a swim with you in a minute. It's only a 2-rod swim. So I put both the static ledger dead baits out straight away. Got them set up, boom, so I'm out quick. 15 minutes I'm fishing. So that's what I'm doing now, and then what I'm gonna do, because I'm still really interested in single circle hooks and their application in pike fishing. So what I'm gonna do is, I know it's not a perfect comparison, but I'm gonna have one rod static dead with traditional trebles, and then I'm going to have one rod float fished single circle hook with a whole fish hair rigged. Now if I get plagued by small fish, I might just hair rig heads, but always I always fall into that trap. Huge big bait, a huge big fish, but that doesn't always work out, does it? I mean, I've caught 25-30 pounders on really small roach, and I've had jacks that have taken dead baits bigger than them. So, but that's my plan. So I'm gonna catch my breath, have a cup of coffee, leave them rods in there for half hour, 40 minutes, and then what I shall do is I shall probably bring in my right hand rod, swap that over for a float fished single hook rig, and we'll see how they go along. It's a lovely stretch here. I'll show you the swim in a minute. I'll hobble down there. I'll struggle through the pain to bring you breaking footage. It might be if I go arse over elbow. Yeah, so I'll run through the swim with you in a minute. It's a nice swim in the summer. It's full of roach. I mean, decent roach as well. So I'm hoping that them roach are still around. There's a fair bit of, I won't know till I get my float out exactly how deep it is. It's normally about 3 foot, 4 foot up here. So yeah, without further ado, let's run through the swim with you. And there it is down there. I'm sitting at the top of the bank, which I don't mind, you know what I mean. you know, I like to strike early, as I've said plenty of times, but you can't strike too early. So being just slightly up the bank from the rods, it's no hardship. Bit of an assault course though. Obviously it'll be a lot quicker than this if I get a bite. It's just that I don't want to drop my camera. So here we go. Left hand rod. Is about 20-30 metres down on the left hand side, mid channel, static hole, herring, fish with a boon. There's a draining. I mean, you can almost jump over it, you know. It's say 20-30 metres wide here, and on the right hand rod we have a whole Joey mackerel, and that's down just off this reed bed. So what I'm going to do, so there's plenty of overhanging reeds over there on the far bank, got plenty of water to aim at down the left hand side, got plenty of water to aim up the right hand side. There's a heron up there, I don't know if you can see it, that's a good sign. Yeah. There's a heron, see, he knows there's fry around. I've got plenty of water to aim at down the right hand side as well, got all that in front of me. Let's see if we can catch some pike. So it's another Lincolnshire drain, free fishing, all you need is your Environment Agency rod licence. I haven't fished this stretch for pike for about 5 or 6 years. When I used to, it used to be alright, and we used to catch mid doubles on a regular basis, but whether it does anything better than that I don't know. He's got his eagle eye outlet, waiting patiently, just like we do. Here we are, an hour into the afternoon session. As I said before, I plan to change one rod over to the float fish single circle hook rig, which I've done. But as I said this morning, I always say, your plan's got to be fluid. I had planned on changing the right hand rod, simply so because I could probably see the float better. But the drain, I'll show you the swim in a minute, the drain's pushing down again. I mean, it's nothing major, but it is running off. And the left hand rod, the bait, was at a 90-degree angle to the tip of the rod, and I don't like that. I like a straight line, real tip of the rod, weight bait, you know what I mean? Because the way I fish on rivers and drains with a thick spool reel, well, it's a free spool reel, isn't it? You know, bait runner type reel, with the bait arm closed, I rely on no change in resistance. So they pick that bait up, very light bobbins, and they move off with it, and that's what I want. So with a bait at 90-degree angle to the tip of your rod, that wasn't ideal. So what I've done is, to make things better with the presentation for the float, I've changed the reel. I've got an old-fashioned Regal Z, Daiwa Regal Z on there, and they've probably got the loudest clutch on the planet, and you can hear that a mile off. Plus I've got the float, plus I've got the, don't use the rod rest, I've got an alarm, so there's 3 options there for that float. So even if I can't see it, it's masked by the reeds, I'm going to hear the clutch go, I'll hear the alarm, or I can, you know, or I can see the line moving at the end of the rod. There's plenty of options there, but it's a lot better than having a static dead on that rod with loads of resistance there. So it will change your resistance. So I've swapped them around, and it's lovely and sunny. It's unbelievable, really bright. Of course, I forgot my sunglasses, but no, I'm really happy. I want to catch some fish now. just run through again with you in case you haven't noticed before how I set up this single hook rig. Whatever your choice of bait, use a baiting needle. I'll go up through the body quite a way at an angle. This is my single circle hook rig. Pulled straight through, so you can see the hook isn't masked at all by the bait, and we just need the hair. Nothing fancy, nothing high tech. Any bankside vegetation with a bit of strength to it. Obviously you don't want grass, it'll come straight out, and that's it. It'll sit there like that with the hook proud. Takes the bait head first, so that hook should every time whack them in the scissors. And there's the horizon, look at that. There is not a single cloud. Hell of a lot of geese moving over there. Can't pick it up on the camera, they're quite far away, but huge flocks of birds. I imagine they're geese, all moving. Look at that. Yeah, so I've changed it over. There's my float. Mid-channel, and move that about regularly. Here's that reel. I mean, it's old as the hills, I tell you, but it's reliable, 100% reliable, and I say the clutch on it makes a hell of a racket. So we're all systems go now. The left hand rod, single circle hook rig with a lamprey section, and on the right hand rod, down along that reed bed, just on the marginal shelf, there is a whole Joey mackerel static dead bait on traditional trebles. Let's see if any of them, or both of them, or none of them, anything, just have a fish. I've had one run on a single circle hook rig, missed it. That's the way it goes, isn't it? You wait all that time for a run and then wind down into thin air. So it was a decent take, so I put the rod straight back out, straight back on the spot, but it didn't return, so couldn't have been that hungry or spooked it. So we're at last couple of hours now. I'm hoping, really hoping that I can nick a few fish. There's two other people on the drain, a guy and a girl. The girl's had a 12-pounder, so there are fish along here, but it's whether you can find them or not. But you know, I'm still confident, still hopeful. Glorious day again. Pleasure just to be out. Look at that. There's the drain in the background there. Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky, and the moon's out. Everything's spot on. Just need a fish. Oh, it's getting that time again. Twilight, witching hour, whatever you want to call it. Just reposition the rods. That's the drain. Beautiful, isn't it? I've seen herons, kingfishers, egrets, everything. Even had a run, but still ain't seen a pike on the bank. Let's see what we can do now. It's got to produce. It looks fishy, doesn't it? It looks pikey. It's not running off anymore, it's backfilling actually. So the flow's going the opposite way to where I first arrived. Let's see if we can catch some of these fish. Look at the autumn colours on them reeds. Well, we're in the witching hour now, really. Oh, look at that. If I look away, it gets out of focus. Then I look back at the drain. You can see me breath. It's quite dark, but I'll stick it out until it is dark. You know what I mean? There's always a chance. Got bait in the water, there's always a chance that a pike could be out on the prowl just as it's getting dark. So that's my hope. I haven't had much joy again today. God, gonna post another one of a blank, but you know, it's a weekly angling journal, warts and all. Real fishermen fishing real conditions, and we all blank. So if you want to see me blank some more, subscribe. It don't cost nothing to subscribe, and then we'll up the viewers, and then we'll hopefully we'll catch some fish for the camera. But at the moment it's head torch time. Crossing fingers, crossing toes, hoping that we're going to catch something before it gets dark. I'm still confident, I'm always confident. I'm in a good mood, you know, I'm out on the bank, even though I bloody pulled an hamstring and I'm wobbling around. I can get up and down alright. The only snag I had was stepping over me rods, so I repositioned the rods so I didn't have to. And you know, I'm good to go. It's just we ain't caught a fish again for the camera. I mean, we caught something last time, but the wind interference on the audio made for a pretty poor video really. But you know, at the moment it's still, it's 50-50, or you know, it's 50-50. Is it dark, is it light? It's definitely not light. I mean, these modern phones just take brilliant video, you know. There's the drain. It is dark almost, but it's still capturing well, so hopefully I'll hear beep 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 or a float and we'll be in. But at the moment it's a waiting game. What's going to win? The pike, darkness, or me? Oh, I don't know, I'm not a betting man. I wouldn't bet.
Well, thanks for watching till the end, troops. Another blank, I'm afraid, but it was a great day. There was a lot of great footage, fantastic scenery, so I thought I'd make it into 2 parts. If you like the video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do so. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.